Welcome to your motorhome for 6 persons. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough through the car to show you how to operate the different systems that we have, and I hope that it helps. First of all, you see the sticker over here. This is for the diesel, obviously. The car takes diesel. You have to open the door to be able to open the diesel door, and then the diesel guy goes in here. Also below this you have what we call AdBlue. The Ford vehicles have that, and this needs to be refilled. If you have a warning light in the dashboard, it shows you like AdBlue level low, you have this many kilometers left before refill. Be very careful that you refill it before it goes to zero, and you can buy this on the gas stations. The handbrake is here on the left side, not on the right, and it's a little bit tricky because it has a safety on it. So when I pull it up, it clicks and then it falls down, as you see, like that. And now it doesn't click. That shows me that it's on. So I have to pull it up to the connection point, press the button on the connection point to take it off. The lights, they have to be turned on manually, and you do that over here, like that. You want to have them on this guy over here while you're driving, and on the zero when you stopped. This has to be done manually, so be careful that you do so. Also here you have a compartment with a plug for the GPS or charging your phone, and you open with this button over here. It opens up, and then you have this plug over here for the GPS, or if you have a charger for your phone or whatever you like. This guy here, this is for the heating. It's a heating exhaust, and the car heats itself with propane gas, and this blows out the bad carbon, and warm air goes inside the vehicle. So if you turn on the heater and you think it's taking a little bit long to get warm, actually, then you can always come out here, listen. If it's making a oohing sound like brrr, then it's fine, it's working. Just give it some time. In here is where you fill up your water. This is the water for the sink and the shower, the one you can drink. And you simply pull this up here, open the blue cap, and then you put a hose into it, and when it starts spitting out water, it's full. You can refill this on all of the campsites in Iceland and some of the gas stations. In here is the toilet cassette. Everybody's favorite part of the holiday is to empty this. I always recommend people do paper, rock, scissors, but it's not as nasty as it looks. You have this small leverage here under it. You pull this up to be able to drag it out. Drag it out all the way. You take the nozzle to the side, open it up, and then you dump it on the designated area. All the campsites offer you to do this, and some of the gas stations in Iceland. What I always recommend people is don't eat tacos, and also when you leave a campsite, it's good to empty the toilet cassette, fill up the water, and you're good to go. In here is the propane gas tank. You use the propane to heat up the vehicle, to make the refrigerator cold, to heat up the water, and also for the stove. So this is your most valuable player, so to speak. But it's a normal propane tank, but on the top here, you see, you have these open and close arrows. And before you try to use anything inside the vehicle, like the heating of the car, heating of the water, the stove, or the refrigerator, you have to be careful to open this valve all the way. You turn it to open and turn it all the way until it stops. This usually has been lasting people 4 to 5 days, and you can refill it on the next gas station. Simply take this out, take it inside, say, hey, I need a refill. They take this one, give you a full one, you pay for the refill, and on we go. The best way to check the level of it is to shake the bottle, put your flashlight in the windows here on the tank, and then you can see where it wobbles. That shows you where it is. This here is the luggage storage. You can store your luggage here under the bunk bed. This is the lower bunk bed, and then the upper bunk bed is here. And you can also, from the inside, you can access your luggage by pulling this up. Then you can go into your luggage to grab the bikini. Here on the back, nothing to show, just the lights and whatnot. This here is the other side of the luggage storage, and then this here, this is the plug for charging the vehicle. We always recommend that you plug it in during the night on the campsites. The batteries last you the night, no worries, but it's just better because the normal EU plugs to charge your phones and tablets and whatnot, they only work when the cable is plugged in. The cable you can find here inside the luggage storage, over here, and you have this end going on the car, and then this end going into the outlet on the campsite. If they don't offer this outlet, then we have an adapter that changes it into this one. So you choose what's best for you. And continuing, I'm going to show you here. I have a cable here. Simply plug it in by opening it, the cover, then you're putting it on this guy, and you have to push it all the way in, like that. I can't take it off. When you are going to disconnect it, there is a black leverage here, and you have to press this down, and then you can pull it off. Okay, let's go inside. The first thing I want to show you here is the control panel over here. I turn it on with this button over here. I have this switch here for the lights on the inside. This is for the light on the outside. This button here is for the water pump. So if you want to use the sink or the shower, you have to turn this on. Pressing this guy, it shows me the voltage on battery number 1, and if I press it again, it shows me the battery in percentage. Doesn't show now because it's charging through the cable. And then battery number 2, same story, voltage, press it again for the percentage. This one here, I press it 1, it shows me S1, this is the drinking water that I have. If I press it again, it's the R1, that shows me the wastewater. And you have a handle on the side of the car, it says grey water handle to empty this. And you have to do that on the campsites. And this light here, this is indicating that the car is plugged in and it is charging. Just next to it is the heating control. And on the heating control, you have 2 discs, so to speak. You have the outer disc controlling the fan speed from 1 to 5, and then the inner disc controlling what you're doing. And there is a small leverage in the inner disc that shows you where you're located. Right now it's on the 0, and if I take it down to the flame, I'm heating the car on the inside, and I need to have the propane tank open for this to work. So 2 times down to the 60 degrees and the flame, that means I'm heating the car on the inside, and I'm also heating the water to 60 degrees. Then if I go back to the 0 and I go upwards to the 40, for example, I'm only heating the water to 40 degrees, and 60 only the water to 60 degrees. Easy peasy, but remember to have the propane open before you try to use this. Over here is the kitchen table, and you can also make the third bed out of this. You simply pull this up, you bend this guy right here, there's a click, take it off, and then you put it here between the seats, like under the cushions. And then you have your third bed. You use the cushions to make it. Up here is the double bed, and a ladder that goes up to it. Hook it on these guys here. Same story with this one. You can also take this down like this table. Over here you have the stove. The stove works like a normal barbecue. You simply press it down until you hear the rustle, and then you ignite it with a lighter in the drawer. Sink is like normal, nothing to show there. But back here you have the refrigerator, and you turn it on with this button here. It's on right now, I'm gonna turn it off. I turn it on by holding this one down, and then the lights come on the screen. And this one has the automatic function. Not all of the refrigerators have that. But if I want to change the source, you can make it cold with 3 sources. You can make it cold with propane, with a battery, or with a plug-in. Propane, you have to have the tank open. If you want to use it on the battery, the car needs to be running. And if you want to use it on the plug-in, the car needs to be plugged in. So I'm gonna change the source, and I do that by holding the gray button down until it starts blinking here on the source. See, it's blinking on the A, and then I can use the arrows to go to the plug-in, to the battery, to the propane. Let's say I want to choose the propane. Okay, I press the gray button once, then I choose the level from 1 to 5, 5 being the coldest, and I can use the arrows to lower it or make it higher. Press the gray button again, it's steady, and after a minute this turns off, and there is a small light here on the power button that shows you that the refrigerator is actually running. And here, where my cameraman stands, you have the 2 bunk beds. 1, 2, straightforward bunk beds, not much to say there. In here is the toilet and the shower. The toilet works like a normal toilet. The only difference is that you have this handle here on the bottom, and this handle is to open the toilet cassette that I showed you on the outside. So before you use the toilet, be careful that you open it, so what you're doing in the toilet actually goes into the cassette, not on top of it. And then when you're done, you close it. Be careful to both open it before you use it and then close it when you're done, because if it's closed when you use it, you will put everything on top of the cassette, and whoever needs to take out the cassette will get it all over his hand. And if you don't close it before you start driving, you might have a bomb coming up here, and it's not a pleasant poop bomb. Flusher is over here. Flush it with this button. You need to have the water pump turned on the control panel to use this, or the sinks. And here where I'm standing is the shower, and you heat up the water with the heating control, and it takes about 15-20 minutes to heat up 10 liters of water, 1 shower, so to speak. I think that's about it. One thing I want to tell you about the Ford vehicles is the big window here by the kitchen has this button over here. This is a safety button for the heating control. So a lot of customers have had this problem. They have had the window open, having a good time, and the heating doesn't work when they try to turn it on. And that's because this is a safety box which prevents you from having the window open and having the heating running, so that you're not spending all your propane and putting the warm air outside basically. There is a small button here on the back of this box, and the window seals that in. And to be absolutely sure that it does, you take the latches and you put them over both latches on here. So you take it all the way like this, over this guy. Don't do it like this, going in the middle. That's not enough. You have to take it over both latches. That should be it. Hope you have a good time in Iceland. Otherwise, not otherwise, but if something comes up, you give us a call and we are happy to assist. Thank you.